Good morning to all you lovely people on the 18th of May 2026, and welcome to a video of the Federal Alliance of Southern Africa. This is the first time in approximately 4 years that I'm making a video for the Federal Alliance in English. So please feel free to send this video out to as many of the people that you know in your groups and in your families who speak the English language, particularly to people who want to see change in South Africa. Now, I'm going to read some of the stuff that we've prepared, and I need you to understand what the Federal Alliance is. And we are not a non-political organization that intends to turn South Africa into a federal nation, a semi-federal nation, but that is based on secession. Good morning, Rudy. We are based on secession. Now we need to get to the bottom of that term. What does it mean? A federal alliance of nations based on secession. Now, the Federal Alliance with the United Cape States is the only group in South Africa that has the locus standi. In other words, the lawful right to break away from the corruption that is above us at this present time. We have the international law on our side to do this. This is a work that took 12 years in the making, but that was completed in 2021 and then handed over from the Liberty Alliance to the United Cape States. We have this on video. And this law was handed over to the United Cape States. Jan, good morning. And the United Cape States is a group, with the winter coming on, it's always chesty. This group is a group run by Dr. Sean Stewart, and they have in their mind to break the whole Cape away, not just the Western Cape and the Northern Cape, but also the Eastern Cape, all in one group, and have that group in 8 different states. Mani, good morning. So, the Federal Alliance's main aim is to use this law and Article 235 in our Constitution to break away from this corruption that is above us. You'll see in the past news that Africa is trying very hard to get rid of this part of the Constitution because they know this is the only path that we have to sort out this problem that we have lawfully. And we want to do it lawfully. There are many people out there, especially among the Boer community, that wants to do this with a weapon. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. That is tyranny. That is chaos. We don't operate like that. We operate within the law, doing what the law requires of us, and we can come to a place of secession. So what is secession? Secession is self-governance for every nation in South Africa. Okay? Some people will say that's a form of apartheid. No, it's not apartheid, because the Federal Alliance concerns alliance with nations. We are on the same page. We make sure the governance is run the same. We make sure that every state is built up the same. And eventually we will be a powerful federal group here in Southern Africa that will be on par with the best in the world. That is our aim. And it's not difficult to get there. It really is not difficult to get there. And it doesn't take a lot of money to get there either. You know, we simply need about 3 to 5 million and we can get the job done. Nevertheless, we have people working on the idea of obtaining these funds, but they are being blocked by the Federal Reserve and the government of bringing funds into the country. We have plenty of funds outside the country, but we cannot get that amount inside the country. And we need it from our own people so that we can do this job. Peter, good morning. If you are a concerned citizen and you want to see change in South Africa, then it's your duty to put this video out there to your friends and your family who want to see change in South Africa. Now, we didn't start this project yesterday. This project was started in 2015, right? We are working now 11 years on this project. And we do not intend to take this project much further concerning working on it. We have done a lot of work. We've done our homework. We know where we are and we know what we need to do. So, let's look at the Federal Alliance, just the start of it, just quickly. Now, this is how it started, okay? The Southern African Republican Alliance, also known as SARA, this is what the initial name was, SARA, was birthed in 2016 on the 22nd of June. Persons present that day was General Isak van Zyl of the Boerelegioen. The BL was also established that day. Ms. Yolanda Gerber, Nee Bester, then manageress at Empress Palace, and Ms. Helmi de Pre, business owner. These people have now gone their own way. It's just Isak van Zyl that is still part of the board, the federal board that we have at this present time. SARA was first known as the South African Republican Alliance, but the prophetic word showed that the alliance would be made with nations up until the equator. Therefore, the name changed to the FA of SA. These sub-Saharan nations would later become part of a semi-federal state. So we are not only focusing on the southern tip of Africa, we are focusing on nations up until the equator. Right? We want to change this African bloc into a super power, and we have the capability, the ability, and the know-how, the knowledge, the innovation, and the technical skills, and the IT skills, and all these things to do this. We have it, right? Why semi-federal? The concept gives partial control and supervision to a federal board. So it's not a governing system, it's a supervisory system, right? We supervise. The nations govern themselves. Provision is made in the board for other nations. Joining the Confederate Canton system concept is also used to further this thought. So it's not something that just came yesterday. The FA of SA's right of existence takes shape through the lawful completed self-determination model as introduced through the United Cape States, the UCS. The UCS will eventually also bind themselves to the federal model. They are already bound to our model, and they have their model for the Cape. The SA of SA's right to existence is also supported by several monarchies of nations, of which the Ghanaian monarchy is one of them. Their main purpose for the support of the FA of SA is the repair of security and protection for their peoples, as well as the repair of agriculture. Good morning, Lynette. Agriculture is an important part of our nation. We have our Boer people and we have English farmers. Note that a farmer doesn't have to be a Boer, and a Boer doesn't have to be a farmer. Okay? A Boer can be a farmer, and a farmer can be a Boer. But a farmer can also be an Englishman. A farmer can also be a Venda, a Sotho, a Tswana. You get small farmers and you get large farmers. And you get some of them that are doing extremely well in all the other nations. There are some of them that just cannot. We know that. We understand that. All right? At the census in 2017, we had 4,327 farms that were lying fallow because of what the government did. They took those farms and did nothing with them. 4,700. That was in 2017. So agriculture is important. Zimbabwe used to be the breadbasket of Africa. Zimbabwe can again be the breadbasket of Africa with help from South African farmers and all these other monarchies, even the Ghanaian monarchy. They are not even part of the southern part of Africa, but they look to us for help concerning agriculture. Good, so the Boer nation is already an internationally recognized nation with international recognized land, and the monarchies of nations, kings, in the federation gives added recognition to this fact. This also allows for the formation of cantons or states for other marginalized groups, such as the Indian and Jewish communities. The monarchies also take responsibility for all individual actions through a new system of law. Now, the system of law is very important because we have seen how the maritime joint to common law or land law has failed South Africa. Our courts have been jeopardized, corrupted. We see men on a daily basis fight the courts and fight the banks. One of them is Ambassador Henry McCarter, always busy, always in the court. He has now received a special doctorate honor for being in their legal faces continuously. And that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. So we can break away. Now, we have signed declarations and we have signed alliances with a whole lot of kings. Currently, through the kings, we have plus minus 23 million people backing us. It's a lot of people. Now, they don't know that they are backing the Federal Alliance, but they do know that they are backing their kings, which is important. If their kings speak and talk and say, we're going to do this, then that whole nation does that. So that makes it much easier for us, right? So let's just go through the Alliance Declaration quickly. I won't be going through the whole thing. I'll be speaking about other things in between. The Declaration of the Federal Alliance of Southern Africa, comprising all nations, tribes and clans and sovereign nations desiring to join this alliance, binding all to the commitment of restoration of peace, prosperity and security for all our sovereign people. It's not about the whites. Let's get that thought settled. It's not about the Boer. It's not about the Zulu. It's about every nation in South Africa. All the groups, from the Khoisan to the Griqua, they have all been marginalized, pushed aside. And the corruption above us pays their lackeys, kings that they have put in place, to assist them in their drive to political greatness, which we know is actually political ineptness. They are not capable. We know that. South Africa is falling apart. You can be apathetic. You know, you go to your job every morning. Tonight, between 4 and 5, you start packing up your stuff. You're going to go home now. You sit in traffic. You are upset. You swear at the taxi guy swerving and forcing his way in front of you. He just wants to get money, 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 drop off as many people as possible. They don't care about the law. The law means nothing. They are absolute lawbreakers. We see corruption levels that we've never seen in this country, in the police force, in the defense force, in our judicial system, in our governing system, in the agricultural sector, in every sector of our land, we have cancer. What's in cancer? You know what's in cancer. So there's a cancer in our land. We need to clean it. We need to eradicate it, and we need to repair. All right, write the word cancer down somewhere, or see the word cancer in your mind. We need to clean the C. Then the next 3 letters. Then we need to eradicate it, and then we need to repair it. All right. Repair the country. That's what the Federal Alliance is there for. Good. A united allegiance established either through emancipation or the United Cape States international legal process of self-determination for sovereign restorations for all peoples, tribes and nations in their historical lands in the southern part of Africa. It's about land, not land that some people would want or what they perhaps have now. It is based on historical land. In the beginning. What did they have in the beginning? That is what we are looking at. Okay. And we know that when the Boer people came, the Dutch settlers, the Dutch farmers, sprinkled with English and French and German, when they came into these areas, large tracts of land were empty. Therefore, the Boer nation that was established post-1905 has a rightful claim through many conventions and treaties for their land. They have a rightful claim. The only problem is that in 1950 a law was passed that said that all defeated nations could never get their historical land back. All defeated nations. The Boer were defeated by the English. Yes, through devious means, concentration camps, etc., etc. Black nations, African nations have been defeated. Nguni tribes have been defeated by the Zulu. Xhosa tribes were defeated by the Zulu. Venda, Tsonga, all those tribes were defeated by the Zulu, except the Amathlubi. The Amathlubi were never defeated by the Zulu, but the Amathlubi were cowards. They ran away from the Mefakane and saved their own skins. They were not going to bow down to Chaka, so they ran. Well, the Boer people have the same kind of an idea. We ran from Europe, our forefathers. Right? Not that we were afraid of them. We wanted to have self-determination. And everywhere we went after that, we were just pushed out by the English, pushed out by the English, pushed out by the English, the British Empire. I'm not talking about English-speaking people. I'm talking about the British Empire. And eventually we capitulated through the Anglo-Boer War, which was a war concerning gold. It's the same with what they're doing, or what they did in Iraq and Iran and Afghanistan and all these places. Syria. It's all about the money. That's all. It's always been all about the money. Whether it was diamonds in Kimberley, gold in Johannesburg, oil in Syria, oil in Afghanistan, oil in Iraq, gold and oil in Iraq and Iran, gold and oil in Libya. They are a destroyer of nations. The British Empire plus the American Empire, they are a destroyer of nations. And because they've been setting this example of being destroyers of nations, they have enemies everywhere. So the wars do not stop. They just continue. Well, we want to defend our country. We want to have a country that is so powerful right up until the equator that these empires will be too afraid to touch us. Their ambassadors must come with fear and trembling to our doors. We have vast tracts of land. We can do a lot. Did you know that South Africa is bigger? The land mass, the land section of just South Africa is bigger than that of Europe and England. So why should we worry about them? Why should we care what they think? So we have this concept, this federal alliance. It's a governing system that is supervisory in essence, and it supervises the governance of different nations and states in South Africa and further abroad. Now, these nations or states, they can be run by their own president, like the Boer nation would have a president. However, and this is an interesting point, the Boer nation can also have a king. Did you know that? In essence, the king of the Netherlands, the Dutch king, the Dutch royal family, is in essence actually the royal family that is over the Boer nation. They were just never, they were just never looked at that way. Never at all. But according to the visions of Sine van Rensburg, which we operate on, and we operate on the prophetic word, we operate on these things and we see it coming to fruition, we know that the Boer people will eventually choose a president again. We know that. We have the opportunity to change this nation. We have the opportunity to turn this into a country that's a force majeure. That's a French word. A force majeure. A force to be reckoned with. A major force. We have this opportunity. And we need to take it. We need to take it. And we have the kings waiting for us to do this. You see? They want to govern their own people. You know that we have such an amazing vision for this nation. We're going to have such a... we'll get to that in another discussion. But we can see that our videos are being looked at by Africa. We know that. How do we know that? A couple of weeks ago, I spoke about the cities that we want to change. And for those of you who have been listening to the videos, we spoke about the cities that we want to change. And we saw Ramaplakker coming out and this week playing political games and saying, oh, we're going to change Johannesburg, Gauteng. We need to make this city into one a big, beautiful city again. Man, you can't even change a municipality. You can't even change a baby's nappy. And you want to come and tell me you want to change this? You corrupt, sick person, you. Oh, we're going to change you, all right, when the time comes. But we will do it lawfully. So as I was mentioning the maritime common law, we want to change the law in South Africa to the common law. We'll have the moral law, which is the 10 commandments of God written on our hearts. We have the moral law, the common law, then we will have cultural law. All right? To quickly explain that, we have the moral law that says you shall not steal. We have the common law that says that if you do steal, you're going to pay it back through work, not through sitting in jail. You're going to pay it back through work. And once the work is complete for that amount of money, you're still going to owe the person that you stole from that amount of money. So you've got to work that back for them. You're first going to work it back for the nation, then you're going to work it back for the people that you stole from. That's common law. Cultural law says, yes, sure, the common law is going to prevail, but we as a village or as a people are still going to whip him. 6 of the best. If the king decides this guy's got to be whipped for stealing, then that's the king's prerogative. He can decide that. He can make that choice. He can make that choice. So that's a basic introduction to the Federal Alliance that we are doing. I've now for nearly 4 years done all my videos in Afrikaans vir die boere. Now I'm upping the game. Alright? Now we're making our videos for the English people. The English people of our land. And now I have to try and change in my mind the thing that I normally say for the Buddha. Let me see if I can change it on paper first. Yeah, it could be that. It could be that. Let me just see if I can get this done here. Yes, maybe that will work. We are first Freelanders. If you got a better English word than that, vryburgers. We are supposed to be free, man. We're supposed to be sovereign. We're supposed to make our own choices in life in a major way that puts us separate from the other peoples of this world. Because we know that we have that right to be sovereign, to be free. So would we first be Freelanders, vryburgers? Then we are Boere. Then we are English. Then we are Afrikaners. Then we are Portuguese. Then we are French. But we want to be free first. Okay? Freelanders. I think that's the right word. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. But we will figure it out. Right? And then, only with God can we do this. Net saam met God, eendrag mag. Only with God is unity strength. There's no other way. I don't care what your religion is. There's only one true religion. And that's up for debate at any time, at any stage. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's it. That's it. That's God. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's what the Bible teaches very clearly. And if you cannot see that, that's your problem. Okay? With God, only with God, is unity strength, or strength in unity. Only with God, no other way. No other way. So good. Our first video in English is just under a half hour. 3 minutes short of an half hour. But put the video out there, and I'll also put the video on YouTube. The difference is that in the map, I will put video in English, some kind of a heading or something. Video in English. And then eventually we won't do it anymore until everybody's used to the fact, and until we've explained the Federal Alliance from A to Z in English, so that it can get out there, because many people speak English. Although most of the Cape, the Northern Cape and the Eastern Cape, actually speak Afrikaans. Here in Pretoria, Gauteng area, we also have Afrikaans, but the other areas of our country is English. So get the video out there. God bless you all. Have a good day.